Alright, so a lot of people have been having problems getting good inlays with easel. I kind of figured out a way to do it to get pretty good results. What we're going to do is we're going to use two different bits and cut this project right here. The the main bit for cutting out the outside is going to be the fishtail down cut, but then to do the inlays we're going to use the 30-degree engraving bit actually that you can get at Inventables. They sell them. They're like $2. They're super cheap. If you don't have them, buy a couple, break them, try stuff with them. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this out, and then I'll show you how to cut the inlay to go inside there. And this is what you should basically come out with. It's hard to see, but this whole thing has the 30-degree bevel on it. Alright, so we got our main piece cut out. Now we're gonna basically do the inlay portion of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the part we want to inlay, which is the monster there, and we're gonna come up, copy it, paste it. Just prevents you from having to bring another one in and import it and size it. It's all perfect, ready to go. Now what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna flip it so it reads in the reverse. So we'll flip it vertically. See, now it reads in reverse. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the outside, and we're gonna come up here to the apps, and we're gonna use this offsetter. And basically what this does is this creates an outline and the reason we're doing this is to offset the size of the bit. If you were just to cut and not do this step, you would end up with like a real loose inlay with big gaps all around it. So we're gonna do this, and the size of the bit, when I run the bevel bit, I usually run it at you know, the 1/32 size. So we'll take that, which is 0.3125. We'll offset this. We only want one iteration, and we will not need to keep the original. So then that's what you should end up with. We'll import that. Here's our new file. So then we can get rid of this guy. But now, for some reason on that outline app, I'm not sure who created it, who designed it, or what, but if you get in real close, you'll realize that there's actually two outlines when you bring that back. So you need to go through and delete the inside lines on all these, which is a pain in the butt, but if you get good results, it's worth it. I'm going to save you guys the hassle of watching me do this, and I'm going to delete all the inside lines, and we'll set this guy up to cut. Alright, so I cut out all the pieces for the inlay. It's basically a jigsaw puzzle at this point. But you see it cuts in reverse like it should. So it reads in reverse. But the whole reason for doing that is to get this bevel opposite from this bevel. So then when they fit together, it's a really tight fit. I've cut a couple different R's here just to show you. This would be the correct R with the offset for the bit, and as you can see, it fits in there nice and tight. There's no gaps. You glue that guy in there and he's not coming out. So you basically would just glue him in there and sand him flat, and that's the right way I've found to do it. If you don't use the offsetter, you'll end up with something like this for your R, where everything just moves. It's got huge gaps in there, and it just looks like crap. What I originally wanted to do for this project was to have it countersunk, so the inlay that I actually cut for this is countersunk quite a bit. As you can see, when you put them in there, they're nice and snug, but they're recessed in.